Hello, everyone. Welcome to the month of December. How are you? How is your day? Happy Sunday. I hope you are having a great day. And this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. So I started a 7-day series and we're going through the works of Dr. Miles Monroe. We started yesterday with knowing our potential, and we explored that. And today is day 2 of our series on unlocking our potential. Yesterday we talked about potential. We dived into how to recognize our potential, what is our potential, and how we can harness that to develop our purpose. And today is connected to that. We are diving deeper into purpose. Your true purpose is what we are going to talk about today. What is purpose? We talk about purpose being your true north. Your purpose is your true north, your very direction, the guiding star that gives your life a meaning. So Dr. Miles Monroe defines purpose as the reason for your existence. The very reason for your existence is why you were born. So without purpose, your life is a circle of mere survival. Just try and error. We shouldn't be living a life of try and error because God has gifted us, God has designed us for a reason like this, and He has put that to be your purpose. The reason for our existence is tied to our purpose, like I said. And Dr. Miles Monroe's definition of purpose is profound and it's central to understanding why every individual is placed on this planet Earth. You're not just here for just mere, your mom and dad just wanted kids or just had their own fling and you're here. No. But Father, you're on planet Earth. You have a reason to be born. So many were born at the same time you were born, but some of them did not even survive. From simple biology, it takes millions of sperm for you to win and become who you were. So even at that point, your purpose was fighting to be born, and you were born. And because you're born, you have something that will make the equation of this earth to be what it is. So you have a reason to be on planet Earth. And that's what we are talking about. Why are you here? Because most people ask that question. Why am I here? And that's what Dr. Miles Monroe dived in so much in some of his books, his literatures, his videos, his messages, how he lived his life so that we, people like myself and you, can find these materials, we can devour them, know them, and discover our God-given purpose while we are here on planet Earth so that we can be of value to humanity. So why every individual is placed on this earth is profound, and we need to find that, right? So Dr. Monroe did describe purpose as the reason for your existence, the specific assignment or mission that only you can fulfill. Even your twin sister or brother cannot fulfill that. Only you. So without discovering and living out our purpose, life often becomes monotonous, a circle of survival devoid of meaning and fulfillment. So that's why we need to find our purpose, know our purpose, know the reason. And it's not something we have to go far somewhere to go find it, go on a retreat somewhere in some camp or something to find it. God has placed that within us. And that's why this topic means so much to me, for me to share my understanding of it and how his books and materials have really influenced me and helped me discover my own purpose as a person, as a mom, as a wife, as a business owner, as a mentor. It directed me in even choosing the kind of career and business that I do today, because I found my purpose and I'm able to harness it to bring value in what I do. So let's break this concept down even further. So we talk about purpose as your foundation of life. Purpose as the basic foundation of life. Purpose is not just merely a goal or an ambition we set for ourselves. It's bigger than that. It is the core reason why you exist. It is the core reason why you as a person exist. Is the core reason why Hadiza exists. Is the core reason why John exists. Is the core reason why Jane exists. It's deeply connected to your identity, who you are, guiding your action, guiding your decision, guiding your overall direction in life, what you do, how you do it, where you go, who you marry, and stuff like that. All that are connected to your purpose. So according to Dr. Miles Monroe, he did say that where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. When you don't know the purpose of a thing, the likelihood of you abusing that thing is 100% every time. All right, let me pause here and thank you and acknowledge every one of you joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you joining me today. What an awesome day to be connected with you. Let me know where you're watching me from. We are global, so let me know what time it is in your part of the world. It's 3:08 p.m. Eastern Time, New York City time. So let me know what time it is in your part of the world. What is your knowledge or your that you can share to today? We've been talking about knowing, fulfilling our potential, discovering that, and living life to the fullest. And today I'm talking about purpose, how we can discover our purpose, work in our purpose, and get results in our purpose, touching the life of other people, because we first know who we are, whose we are, and then we know what to do. Thank you so much. So I talked about purpose as the foundation of life. Purpose is not just merely a goal or an ambition that we want to fulfill. It is the core reason why we are created, why we exist, why we're on planet Earth. It is deeply connected to your identity as a person, your guiding light, to everything you do in life. It's a guiding compass for you, let's put it that way, for your actions, for your decisions that you make in life, and overall the directions on how you live your life. It's all rooted and connected in our purpose. So according to Dr. Miles Monroe, he did say that where the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So most of us, if you don't know how to use a tool, you can use it any way you wish to use it, because you don't know what that tool is created. So without knowing your purpose, you as an individual, you as a father, you as a mother, you as a working parent, an employee, you're a great, brilliant professional. Without knowing your purpose, you risk misusing your talent, your time, and your energy. So imagine a tool being used incorrectly because its purpose is unknown. Are you using the screwdriver as a toothpick or as a door opener? I know people who use a screwdriver to start a car door, but that is not the purpose of a screwdriver. So similarly, people who do not understand their purpose may drift through life. You will drift, you find yourself, you're not settled or focused on something. You're drifting through life without a clear sense of direction or fulfillment. So you see why we have a lot of people drifting, through one career or one thing. You just some bits of confusion there. Why? Because they don't know their purpose. And that's why I come out here and a lot of books and materials out there on purpose. You need to know your purpose. And I'm going to touch a little bit on how we can find that purpose, because it's not just saying it. And that's why I like Dr. Monroe's work, because he didn't just tell you what it is, but how can you find it? How can you do it? Because most times, a lot of us, is the how that hold us back. We know what to do, but how do we do it? We know that, I want to live a good life. How do I live a good life? What are the things I can do to live a good life, right? So most times, our problem is not what to do, it's how to do it. Sometimes we know what to do, but how do we bring that thing? We have a dream, we have a vision, we have goals and things that the way we want our life to be, look beautiful, look gorgeous. Yes. How do you get that result? How do you accomplish it? But that's where purpose comes into play. That's where purpose comes into play. Because when you know the purpose of a thing, you won't abuse it. Your talent, your time, you will value how you spend your time. You will value how you spend your energy in the day. You will value what matters to you, where you need to be and where not to be. Because I'm not designed to be in this room right now, so I'm out of there. I'll be here. Maybe you want to travel based on the purpose and you have for your life. There are certain things you won't do, certain places you won't go because of the purpose that God has designed for you, and you discover it and you're walking in it. So there is a difference between survival and purpose. A lot of us were in survival mode continuously, but when you are living a purposeful life, there is a difference because it's a drive. It's driving you, it's moving you, it's giving you the pointer, more like a GPS that you're following. Turn left, turn right, right? And we're going to dive in how to get to knowing to discover our purpose. So thank you so much for watching me. Hi, Carrie Ann. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for connecting with me. Absolutely. I agree. Must value how we spend our time. Absolutely. The fact that you have the time doesn't mean you just spend it anywhere anyhow. You have to maximize how you spend your time, and that's where it's key. When you know your purpose, how you spend the time matters. How you spend your time in 24 hours, you can exhaust yourself doing some things that quote unquote will not give you result, and then you're tired, and some things that are of value, you wouldn't do it. So we need to learn to manage our time, and it's still tied to purpose. So how you use your time, your energy, even your resources matters, right? Because it's all tied to your purpose. So our life should not just be a life of survival. We should not be just living the survival mode all the time. And that's why, listen to me, if you haven't getting your hand on any of Dr. Miles Monroe's book or materials, I tell you, go, they're not expensive. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them in your public libraries. You can get free video content on YouTube. I dive and devour those materials on YouTube, and those are great personal and spiritual motivational materials that I use, and I come out here to share. Remember, I learned them, it brings value to me. I come out here to share them with you. So thank you so much for joining me this beautiful Sunday afternoon. So there's a difference between your purpose and survival. As people, we are not supposed to be living in a circle of survival, because sometimes we fall into survival because we're not mentored or guided into knowing how to align our life, even discover our purpose and align our life with our purpose so that we can have fulfillment. Working to earn a living without a passion of fulfillment is tied to our purpose. A lot of us were living just to earn. Why do you work? Oh, I like that job. I get paid six figures, so I do it. There's a time and place for that. But over time, if the passion is not there, the fulfillment is not there, you find yourself just dragging yourself to go to work, right? Those are some of the areas where you're just surviving. You're working just to earn a living, working to pay the bills. You're just going through the cycle year after year, and it's just the same thing. And then another thing is going through routines of life without understanding the why behind your action. Sometimes we do things, why am I doing this? Okay, I'm a parent. Why am I a parent? I'm a parent to nurture these children that, God has given to me. I have to teach them how to do this. I have to do that. Or am I just going into marriage because I want to be married? Am I finding a certain job because I just want to do it? There are some things that I know of a doctor friend who, the father, he's a doctor because he was asked to be a doctor. Yes, smart like a cookie, but that was not his passion. Passion is something different. Right? So in a situation like that, you feel like, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like being in the hospital today. I don't want to do this today. I don't want to do that today. But he can work and fix and change an engine like that. Right? And he can do that. But that is a passion. The smell of a car and the stuff. His purpose is there. He has fulfillment, but when we are growing up, like I remember growing back in Nigeria, I didn't know all this stuff. I got to know some of these things in my later age of my life after, navigating, and some of us were not privy to be guided, but some of us were. So I would say I was not really privy to be guided. I had my Bible, I had but it was not like a direct mentorship on how you have to do this, how you marry, how you do this, how you do that. A lot of it was not taught to a lot of us. I will use myself for example. They were not taught to me. We just dabble and find our way through it. But in the order of the way things work, we are to be mentored. Mother, mentor your daughters. Fathers, mentor your sons. You mentor, you mentor, you mentor. And if you don't have a mentor within you, we have other people within your pastors, spiritual leaders, their career mentors, business mentors, which I'm one. There are all kinds of mentors out there. But it's not just because that person is quote unquote a mentor. It has to be aligned with your purpose. It has to be aligned with your purpose. You don't just dive into everything that's out there. You need to be led and guided. And that's where we talk about purpose. Is as a core of your existence, the core of your person, as a core of what you do. So mentorship is a great thing that will guide you even discovering your purpose. As we go along, I'm going to touch a little bit on that. And when we talk about survival, you talk about survival when you're chasing temporary pleasures that fail to provide lasting satisfaction. Your purpose will always bring a lasting satisfaction. Survival will not bring you that. You're not chasing temporary pleasures just for the sake of it. But at the long run, it's not going to bring you the result that you want, the satisfaction that you want. So survival focuses on meeting basic need, now kind of need, basic stuff. That is a survival. You need food. Okay, I get those 6-figure job, the 50K job, 60K job. This job, I do that, those few hours of job. I work, long hours, multiple job. Now, just to meet the immediate needs, my food, my shelter, my security. While all these things are essential, living only to survive limits our potential. There's way more than that. There's way more than that. God created us for way more than that. You're created beyond just survival. You need food, you need shelter, you need your security. That's good. As good and essential as those are, our purpose is way more than that. Purpose, on the other hand, elevate your life beyond survival. It shifts your focus from merely existing to thriving, contributing and making an impact in the world, whereby your gifts, your abilities, you are able to impact someone beside yourself. And again, guess what? Your gift will reward you in such a way that you monetize your gift, and it can become a way of income for you. We have people who are good in singing. That is a gift. They discover their purpose in singing, and their shelter, their food, and every other thing is taken care of. So the problem with living in the survival mode is that it limits you. But when you're walking in true purpose, you discover your purpose and you're walking in it. You could be a nurse. Maybe you're a nurse because you're caring. You're a nurse because you love your patient. You don't like anybody being sick, and you spend your time. I know nurses that will come to your bedside and they're praying with you. They're giving you those injections. They're singing for you. They're rubbing your back. You can see the true meaning of nursing there. Not just the job description nurse, but you're seeing the nurse who is doing it out of her heart. You can say, okay, that is that person's mission. And when you have an encounter with individuals like that, you can tell the difference. The one not just doing it for the hours and she get paid and that's it. Can't wait to get and clock out. And the one who is a ministry to them is a purpose, that they care genuinely. I'm just using that as an example, right? But we experience that. You can know when someone is actually, what they do, they are good at it. Not just from the head knowledge, but there's a heart component behind it. So purpose, on the other hand, elevates your life beyond your survival, because whatever survival you're working on survival to get, purpose will also provide those things for you while you're living it out. So it shifts your focus from merely existing to thriving, contributing and making an impact in your world, in your community, and anywhere you find yourself, in your career, in your community. There's a difference when you are there. So beyond, before I started my online business, I worked multiple jobs, looking for any gig out there just to make extra few dollars to meet my household budget. And often I'm missing important milestones in the life of my kids, not there for the children the way I want to be, right? So I wanted to be a present mom. I want to be home with my kids, have them in church when they need to be in church. I want to be present in church on Sunday, not trying to fix a work schedule. No, I want to determine my work schedule. And then I realized that my purpose also was not just to provide for myself and my family financially, but to be present for my family, because I want to be there. They were given to me as gift from God to nurture them in a godly way. So I am the system God have given to nurture these children. So I had to be present. So what did I do? I had to start finding ways to be able to do that and do it well, not just to provide for them their physical need, but their spiritual need. I want to be there to mentor them, to guide them, to discover their purpose, who God has created them to be. I can't do that from the office space somewhere trying to get some dollar. That's why I had to find something that can bring a change in my life, my family, give me control of my time. I always say, whoever controls your time, control you. How I spend my energy, how I spend my resources, all is guided by my purpose. And I didn't just learn this thing overnight. From materials of Dr. Moreau and so many other scholars, I'm able to learn this from my pastor, spiritual guidance, right? So I'm able, from my Bible, number one book, I'm able to learn this stuff. And because of that, I'm able to go into this online business to help other people achieve the same balance in their life, because I see the value that it is doing for me in my family right now. So I have to help other people. And that's why I'm here online every day, even coming up with topics like this so I can share. So for another example, I just gave an example of my own self. So let me give another example. Consider someone who is working multiple jobs to provide for their family. I was a big example, right? And they might feel like they are stuck. They are stuck between a rock and a hard place, trying to provide for their family. They are working this multiple job, multiple hours, long hours, from one location to another, right? But one thing I found is that they might feel stuck in a survival mode, but if they discover that their purpose is to inspire and mentor others, they can start to shift their action, their mindsets, and that mindset shift will create an action step. The action step will help them have these goals that they've set, and perhaps start a business, start something that will lead them into impacting other people to create the change. Because whatever pain I'm having right now, I know what the pain is, and I know a lot of people who have that same pain. So I'm called to those group of people, and I'm able to help them. I work in healthcare. So I usually talk to people in healthcare and other areas, and parents who want to be with their kids, who want to be home for their spouses. You're not just taking care of the financial angle, but you're at the same time meeting the emotional, the psychological needs of your family as well, because you're present, you're there. You have teenagers, they need to talk to. Guess what? If you're not talking to them, there's somebody talking to them out there. And perhaps start your own business. You're leading a community, you're leading a forum, or you're using your story to encourage somebody else at work. You could be the go-to person when somebody needs an advice. They'll come to you and seek for advice, right? So I also want to let us know that purpose gives us meaning and fulfillment. Purpose gives us meaning. You have a meaning in life. Get like all the examples I just used. My ability to be able to talk to other parents who want to be present, you're able to earn financially, and yet you're present with your family. It gives me as a person a meaning, and it also gives the individuals meaning as well, right? And the fulfillment comes from there. So your food, your shelter, and all this stuff are taken care of. But at the same time, you're delivering value to somebody else, which you're helping them see the situation they are, but you're not leaving them there, but you're helping them provide a solution to get them out. And there also we go out to touch somebody else. And you create that circle and that ripple, and it keep going on and on and on until all of us are doing better and better. And we have you have a better family, you're going to have a better community. When you have a better community, you're going to have a better nation. And that's why we all have to find our purpose. So finding your purpose, it gives you meaning, it gives you fulfillment, and it gives you a drive for your life. And I want to look at this in three ways, because how can you find that? The way you do that is it provides you with clarity. When you understand your purpose, it helps you understand your unique role in life. Like, it's okay, I'm a mom. What's my role in the life of my children? What's my role in my job, in my business, in my community, in my church? What is my role? It gives you clarity. You know what, you're not trying to be jack of all trade, do everything. If they're looking for everybody everywhere, you're there. No. When you have purpose, your assignment is straight. You single-mindedly and you're focused, because it drives you, it directs you, and it guides you on what to do and what not to do, how to spend your time, how to spend your energy, how to spend your resources, how to do it, right? Because a lot of it is the how to. We know what to do, but most times we don't know how to do it. When you know your purpose will guide you to know how to do a lot of stuff. We may have hints of things here and there, but with purpose, it becomes clearer. It's more refined. Let me use that word. It's more refined, and you now laser focus. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm not just going to be a jack of all trade or a 99-cent store where I sell everything. No, I'm focused to this. If I'm selling shoes, I'm selling shoes. And even though in shoes, you can still narrow it down to say, okay, I'm selling women's shoes or selling kids' shoes. Even within women's shoes, I say, I'm selling just boots. You're looking for the wackiest type of boot, the best type of boots in the world. Come to my shop, you find it. That is purpose, because you help you to nail it down to the very point. And then another thing is that when you know your purpose, it creates motivation. It motivates you as an individual. It fuels you. It fuels your passion for life. Why a lot of us don't have drive or whatever, like, I'm tired, I don't know, I'm depressed about this or that. And that's what the enemy wants. It takes your passion out of you. But when you know your purpose, those down days, your purpose will be what will remind you, like, hey girl, get up. You have an assignment. You're not done here. ABC and Z need you here. That person need you there. James here need you. Glory here need you. And you're refined. You get up and you become a you encourage your own self, because you know your purpose, you know your value, and people will place a demand on that. That's one of the reasons why when we know our purpose, it's a motivating factor in our life. It keeps you going through challenges, up and downs, because in life we have challenges. Anybody that tell you that there's no challenge in life, maybe they have not been on planet Earth for too long. As long as you're on this earth, you're going to have some challenges. Some are crazier than others, but when you know your purpose and you're being guided and led by it, guess what? It fuels your passion. When you're going through that challenge, I know this is just one of those things, those distractions here and there. Your purpose will drive you. And another thing is, when you know your purpose, is a way of fulfillment. I did make mention of fulfillment. When you're living with purpose, it brings a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that that your life is not just ordinary, that your life matters first of all, and your life contributes to the greater good of other people. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate that. Thank you, Simone. It's true words. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Simone Saunders. I appreciate that. Thank you. Absolutely. So when we have purpose, it drives us, it fuels up. Maybe there's some days you don't want to get up, But because it's your purpose, you know that, okay, somebody else smiling today depends on me. You get up from that bed. Like your mom, there are days you don't want to get off your bed. But because you know that your baby survival depends on you, you can get up and make that food. You're not just like, oh, go in there, I've done it, like, oh, eat any cereal. Oh, mom, I don't want to eat cereal. Can you make me a pancake? You got to get up. You see, your assignment, you're a mom, you carry the big title. You can make those pancakes. You don't want to do it sometimes, but because their survival depends on you, they're tied to you, you're going to do it until they're grown to a level where they can do it for themselves, right? And even when they're grown to a level to do it yourself, they're like myself would say, Mom, I want your jollof rice. I want you to make that jollof rice. He can make it, but like, so Mom, I want your own jollof rice. Why? Because Mom has her own touch on the jollof rice. So I'll make my way of doing it. Like, no matter, it's like, Mom, I taste all, but there's a taste to yours. So that's mamas. So in the same way, God has a purpose for you that you can touch somebody's life. I have this co-worker, anytime she comes to the office, oh my God, she lights up the place. However you may feel, she's going to crack you up but that's her. She's easygoing. She's funny. She come up with some kinds of crazy joke. No matter how tough and tense the place is, she'll crack it. Even the meeting where everybody's talking of, oh, we can't meet quarters, she's going to say something that the most serious presenter is going to crack up, right? That's her purpose. And if she's not in the office, everybody's going to know she's not there. That is her purpose. She's living it out through her life. It comes out naturally. I try to crack a joke and it will be dry and everybody like, what are you saying, Hadiza? So that's not my department. I'm a teacher at heart. So I teach, I talk, and I do stuff. But somebody whose purpose is to care. Some people are very caring. What you can, any way you do it, they still fall back to that default of caring. It's wired. Your purpose is wired in your being. It's wired in who you are. So like the Bible said in Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. So God has a plan for you, a purpose for you, a desire for you to fulfill something greater than wherever you are now. Any level we are, there's always something higher. There's always something higher. You may have come to the pinnacle of your career. There's always something. Can you invest that knowledge in somebody else, in the coming generation? Can you invest that knowledge in the coming generation? So that's the value of purpose. You take knowledge that you have and you share with somebody. And that's one of the ways I love YouTube, because you can go there. I learned to use Excel without paying for it on YouTube. Somebody's good at it. I was not. So I put their video and learn it. I didn't have to pay. It didn't cost me a penny other than my time to sit there and learn it and like the video and thumbs up for them and subscribe so that they can get paid by YouTube for that, right? So I benefited from their life. I mean, I don't even know the person, but they have content. I go to YouTube to learn to cook Jamaican food, African food, all kinds of food, right? All I do is somebody's good at it. I don't know it. I go there and I learn. They're putting their purpose to use in that way, not just as content creator, but whatever they are good at, they're able to even monetize their gifts. So God is saying He has a plan that for you and for me. This very verse is highlighting that every one of us have divinely been gifted, ordained with purpose. And you're not an accident that just happened. You were created with intention. You are created for a specific reason, and you have to discover the reason why you're on planet Earth. So discovering your purpose by Dr. Myles Munroe did emphasize that discovering your purpose requires self-reflection. You have to reflect, you have to sit and reflect. You have to be intentional about discovering your purpose. And it also often requires spiritual connection. It requires spiritual connection. I'm a believer of the Bible, and I take that as my blueprint, the scriptures as my blueprint for life. So if I want to find my purpose, I go to the author and see what he has said. And that's why I have that Jeremiah 29:11 as a key verse to know, for you to know who and what God has created you for, the plans that God has for you. So you have to identify your natural gifts. Those are some of the things that Dr. Moreau did suggest, how you can discover your purpose. Identify your natural gifts. What do you do effortlessly? You excel at with ease. I talk to those who can cook easily. Any recipe, they can just grab it and whip you something within few minutes. Effortlessly, they can do that. Someone can just come out, you see some amazing designs of clothes, and you wonder, how did they do this? They do it effortlessly. You just tell them the concept you want, and they'll come out with something beautiful. That is their purpose, to dress you up, make you look beautiful, right? And secondly, you reflect on your passion. What are you passionate about? What are the things that always catches your attention? What activities bring you joy and fulfillment? What is that thing when you're doing, you're lighting up? Some people, like I made mention in my example with the doctor who had a passion for cars. When he's working on the engines and all the stuff, hey, he can turn like your jalopy car and put a good engine, and that car will speed and run like crazy. And when he's doing it, he's happy, he's fulfilled. Like, I like the smell of engine. I love the gasoline. That's his thing. He does that effortlessly, and there's so much joy. Whatever is your passion, it doesn't have to be something big, crazy, or like some, what will I call it? Very spooky way of finding your purpose or whatever. No, it's who you are. It's who God has already. You just have to sit, reflect. Okay, what am I good at? What do I do effortlessly without, costing me too much? A lot of some of the things that we enjoy today, some of them didn't come out too much, so to say, out of too much hard work. They just developed what has already been there. They just worked on it. And then, with some guidance here and there, they have it. And we all enjoy it today. Look at social media. Look at the AI and all this stuff we have. And one thing is that one thing developed on another. I'm using social media to reach hundreds and thousands of people around the world today. I didn't think of it. I just use it. I take my own gift and I leverage it on it. Right? So you have to reflect on your passion. What activities bring you joy? What things you do that bring you fulfillment? And then there's a need for you to recognize the things that are around you. What are the needs around you? What draws your attention in your community? Maybe you see someone who is homeless, your heart is drawn to them. And like, no, I don't want somebody. That could be a calling that you can find, like, oh no. You see like orphans, your heart is drawn to them. You see people in the shelters, your heart is drawn to them. You want to like pick their burden upon you. That could be a purpose. You have to sit down and reflect, and write on instances where how you feel when things like this come, when you see a need. How can your gift meet, all these needs in the community? Could you be the one to feed them? Could you be the one to clothe them? Maybe you're good, like do some clothes drive, right? You may not have to buy the clothes, but you're good in talking with other people and rousing people up. Let's say, hey, get me those clothes, your jacket, winter is here. That can be you. I have a lot of people who do that, around me, and they're good with it. Right? Maybe that could be you, noticing needs around you, things that pull your heart. Those are other ways you can discover your purpose, right? And then seeking divine guidance. I did use the scriptures, Jeremiah 29:11, using divine guidance, being mentored spiritually, right? Purpose is often revealed through prayers. You pray about it. Like, God, what is it that you have created me for? He's our Father. We go to him. We ask him, what he has designed us for. And all those designs they're already in us. It's just for us to discover them and put. And some of them we might have discovered them, but we not even see put anything to it. So when we go in the place of prayer and guidance, we'll be able to do that. And meditation, you meditate, you think on those things. Oh, throughout your activity, oh, the way I reacted to that person. Oh, the way I felt while this person was telling me this. I have this friend, she's good. When you bring a problem, she can find you a solution. She can suggest, very resourceful. And I always tell her, do you know where you can do this? And another one, she's good with food. Any food she can tell her, I'm like, you can critique food. And you can see that you can make money and leverage it where shares and all these people can bring you food and you leverage and critique their products. And, because you have a good palate for food. And she will tell you, I see the seasoning here. Oh, you could have added. She's good. That is her thing. But I'm still waiting for her to leverage that. So we seek divine guidance and meditation, and above all, our relationship with God. So I want to talk about practical step. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this. But it's a little bit long, but I feel like I should just dive it in a little bit. Thank you for the thumbs up, the comment, the heart. I appreciate them coming. Thank you for sticking with me. Even though 41 minutes into it, you guys are still staying around with me. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Another way of us trying a practical step is journaling. When you do all this reflection, meditation, prayer, you journal. Write down moments where you felt most alive and fulfilled. What are those things that bring you joy? Write them down. Get a book. Now we have our phone. We can just put, go to the notes, write it down, create a notes section on your phone, because sometimes we may not have a pen and paper, but we always have our phone. So bring it out, put a note. Hey, I felt alive when I'm doing this, this, and this. You put a note, you journal. Journaling is not the old way of journaling. Just write how you feel in your mind about a particular thing. Give it a topic. Just write it randomly. As it comes to your head, write it down. Don't think about the whole arrangement. Just write. And I know people who have turned their journals into books from a topic on, that's why it's a purpose. It's tied. Everything is tied together. Then ask for feedback. Mentorship is key. I'll talk about having mentors. Sometimes you may not have direct mentor. I've never met Dr. Myles Munroe. He passed some years back, but I still get mentored by his books. I still get mentored by his videos and messages on YouTube. You can get mentored by somebody far away from you, by their books. People put their hearts in their books. So read books, guys. Read books. You get yourself good books for $10, $15. If you're not like, I don't have the time, do ebook. You just listen to them while you walk. You're on the train. Some of us in the city. You're on the train. Read books. You get mentored by those people. You can ask for feedback. Like someone who is a figure. Sometimes others can see your strength. Maybe your partner can see some things. You can ask your partner. Your friends, you can ask for their opinion about, your strength. Oh, I feel this is my strength. Sometimes you may feel it's your strength, but someone like, no, girl, that's not your strength. This is not your strength. And your potential, they can see it more clearly than you do. Somebody is like me walking. Somebody, you say, oh, I'm catwalking, and you're not catwalking. Somebody can see. You can see yourself. There are some things that you do, a mannerism. Someone else can pick it up and say, hey, girl, you're doing this. Don't do that. You may not even notice or even know you're doing it. But the same way, the sense here is someone else can see you better than you can see yourself sometimes, and they can help you, point you in the right direction. Especially, remember, seek for someone that can guide you in the right way, not just criticize you, but give you positive feedback to help you build what you're looking for, right? Another thing is experiment. Try new things that align with your interests. Because in the process of looking into our interests, you can discover what resonates with you, and that can become your passion. That can become your thing. Because some people are like, oh, that's my thing. That's my thing. You can discover your thing. So I want to also talk about purpose and legacy. When you're living in purpose, ultimately it leads to a legacy. What you leave behind for other people to see when you're gone. Dr. Miles Monroe is a perfect example. His legacy of us building purpose, knowing God, and all this stuff, that is a legacy, a wealth, oh my God, amazing wealth of legacy, right? So what you leave behind when you're gone, other people see their legacy for your family, for your children. And sometimes the legacy is not just about years and years to come. It can be now. And it's now is a time when we start building that legacy. You know, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without purpose. That is a famous quote by Dr. Miles Monroe, that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without purpose, because you're just drifting everywhere. Anything goes. You don't have a direction. You don't have a focus, something concrete you're holding on to. So that's why we live a life of purpose daily, 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 daily. We have to know what our purpose is, and then we work towards that. So when you live a life without purpose, you leave a lasting impact on your family. But when you live a life with purpose, you are at the same time leaving a lasting impact on your family, on your community, and in the world at large. For instance, Dr. Miles Monroe, we're still talking about him even way after his death. He have left a vast value of a purpose-driven materials for us. So people like myself, even years after his death, we are coming in contact with it, and generations to come, as long as this earth is there and the systems are there, those materials are still going to be there, that from generation to generations, those materials still have value that people will use. The same, some are being created right now, and we are getting them. And some that were from years and years ago, we are still using them. That is the value. So your life becomes a testament to the fact that you lived fully, contributed meaningfully, and you made a difference in the world while you're here. So you're not just here to occupy space. You are here to do great things. So discovering your purpose transform your life from one of just mere living and survival to one of meaningful, impactful, and fulfillment. So I wanted to know that when you have a purpose, it allows you to understand your identity, who you are, whose you are. It helps you maximize your potential, those giftings, those abilities God has deposited within you. And you also be able to live a life that matters, a life that impacts and bring joy and fulfillment to other people. So as Dr. Monroe will famously say, you were born to influence your generation. You were born to influence your generation, and there is a treasure hidden within you. Each and every one of us have a treasure that the world is waiting to discover. Each and every one of us is waiting to read your books. We are waiting to know what you have to share. You have value. Books for us to read, music for us to listen to, food for us to devour and nourish our body. Maybe some exercise skills, you're good in that. That could be your ministry. That could be your thing. Health and wellness could be your thing. So maybe fashion, we're looking for those outrageous design, out of this world kind of design. We're waiting for you. The world is waiting for you. You have something to share. Can you give those crazy solution done messages that can turn a failing company into a thriving company? It's in you, but you have to discover that, and you have to share it so that the world can be imparted. So every one of us, there is a treasure hidden within you that the world is waiting to experience. So then, my question to you this afternoon is, are you ready to discover and live out your purpose? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a great afternoon. Thank you for staying with me through the broadcast. I appreciate every time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow on another live session. Bye.